dumping.
A perfect start to his annual leave, which will have implied a temporal break to all official duties. But for President Jammeh, vacation seems to have a different meaning. It is either on the farms or here, intensifying the search for a permanent solution to the drainage and road problems in Banjul. It is 9 o'clock in Banjul, and we have His Excellency the President, Professor Dr. Yahya Jammeh, just concluding his tour of streets of the capital city here in Banjul. Your Excellency, the general public wants to hear you speak to them. What prompted this inspection, sir?
Well, with the advent of the very heavy rains, knowing that the water table in Banjul is very high, knowing that certain areas in Congo have been flooded, that is why I came here. But one of the principal reasons why I came is to work with the NRA and works, and of course potential contractors. This is the time we know the waterway, the direction in which the water flows, which areas are problematic, so that when they are deciding the road, we will take those areas into consideration and give it high priority to make sure that by the time we celebrate our 50th independence anniversary, what we call poto anywhere, whether tobacco, you know, there's a called I want to mention that by the time we celebrate our 50th anniversary, that will be history for the business. So anybody born in the year 2015, this problem we are seeing today would be history that will be narrated to you. When people will tell you, oh, this water here, there used to be a lot of, here, you understand? I feel sad because this is the third time I've come to this area, and where I lived before is the same condition, you know, and so we really have to fix it.
Sifting through the streets of the capital city to areas he may have already visited several times, but the endemic problem of the capital city's drainage system seemed insurmountable. The rise in water level is impacting negatively on lives in Tobacco Road, prompting a spontaneous reaction from residents of this hard-hit corner of the capital city.
ñu ngi bëggoon Yaya Jammeh ñoo gis ci liñ nekk waaye tey la ko fi yàlla indi te ñu kontaan ba xamuñ suñ kontaan naka la
boobu yàggul buñ ko liggéey woon
yoon bi liggéey nañ ko waaye liggéey bi baaxut ndax ñi nekk ca gannaaw tam ya seen néegi ndox mi dafa fees te ci biir ndox lañ nekk seen bagage yi yëpp a yàq ñaata at ñu ngay ñaan Yaya Jammeh dugg ci biir Tobacco Road waaye tey kontaan nañ torop ñu ngi ko sant di ko gërëm.
It points to the pain of recurring flood experience annually by residents of this neighborhood, be it on Tali Dauda or its connecting streets. The impact is felt all across the board. The diagnoses are being established against the backdrop of growing indifference to the shared responsibility for the routine maintenance of the facilities constructed for public use. And the authorities have become wary of the situation, with President Jammeh calling for the anti-littering laws to be instituted in full force.
The problem we have is the people. Some people are very, very dirty. Because if you put plastic bags into the gutter, obviously it's not going to go. But I blame the authorities, that is the BCC, because they have municipal police, they also have anti-littering laws. Now we're going to amend the law to make sure that within the vicinity of your compound, what in Manika we call Sirinka, if there is any dirt, whether you dump it there or not, we're going to take you to court for littering. So each person would guard your area of responsibility. Then you will not see somebody coming to them and say, I'm going to become more common. That is the street, nobody owns it. You have your children. You allow somebody to come and dump because you don't give a damn. This is irresponsibility at the highest level, and we are not going to accept it. So Operation No Compromise also will be instituted in terms of littering and, of course, dumping of rubbish. Not only dumping of rubbish, but eating yourself in the street. It's unacceptable. This is the time, you look at the condition of the water. There was one nasty place, just Haven, because they dumped everything there. And then they blew a tire and then dumped it into the drain, knowing that it is already blocked. Now people also have to take into consideration their own health because they live there. I'm not the one who live there. So if you say, oh, the government will, the government doesn't live there. You have your children there. And if you want to make that place filthy, before we clean it, your children get sick.
The tour has started much earlier in the afternoon, parading a long stretch of concrete network in Buckle Street. Its replication is expected to drive government efforts for a transformed landscape of the Greater Banjul area, most importantly the vicinity of Halfdai. Having lived here in his youth days made him many acquaintances, and retracing the trail of history was important to him, but more so to the ordinary people who knew him long before his ascent to power. These are the collections of a president, generating overwhelming attention, especially from those meeting him coincidentally on this tour of the capital city. What's your name? What's your name?
It's amazing. Yeah.
You are from Spain?
From Barcelona. Yes.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Mon. And my name is Iraya.
So how do you find that moment that you see with the president?
This is very fun. It's amazing, this moment.
You like it?
Yes, very much. No, it's the first time to meet a president.
This is your first time?
Yes.
This is a turning point to the overall goals of transformation, spearheaded by the Gambian leader, and remodeling the capital city is part of the plan. Abdinjai, GRTS.
Almost 24 hours of non-stop heavy rains in the Greater Banjul area have left many localities inundated. Our Samuel Bab visited some of the most affected areas and reports residents in some cases had to vacate their abodes to seek temporary refuge elsewhere.
Heavy downpour experienced in the Greater Banjul area starting from Thursday evening till Friday has left many settlements inundated and houses crushed down. The bridge connecting Kotu and Manja is a major waterway leading to the streams. Here the abutments joining the bridge are said to have been gradually eroded due to the heavy rains.
So what we are going to do here, in fact, we have two alternatives. One is to backfill back what has been lost using boulders and concrete to make sure it doesn't subside on the traffic. But the other alternative, which I'm suggesting here, is to increase the capacity of the bridge. And how do we do that? We want to put another pipe culvert on the side of the bridge. At least the capacity of the bridge would be increased. And by that I mean water flowing from the Serekunda end towards the Kotu and under this section of the bridge will also be increased.
When such disasters strike, members of the disaster task force are always on the alert. The mayor of the Kanifing municipality, among others, shared his thoughts.
There is a task force that is on right now that comprises KMC, the Ministry of Works, that's the National Law Authority, the National Disaster Agency, and the Office of the President. So presently we are working on to, in fact, if you can see, the President is out. You know, we're moving from spot to spot to check on how best we can come up. But this rain, this 2 days rain, honestly, it is unprecedented because for a very long time we don't experience this type of rain.
These and many other disaster spots were visited by some members of the state machinery, manifesting how government prioritizes disasters. What temporal decision will authorities take in addressing the plight of residents of this area? The possible answer for now is to close down the bridge until the water recedes before repair works begin.
The moment that we learned about the problem that this bridge had, we are all here to mobilize and to see what can be done to address the danger, the immediate danger that it poses. And that's why the National Road Authority is also here as a team. First measure is to close the bridge so that traffic will not use it. And then what we have decided is, with God's permission, once the water subsides, then the National Road Authority, in tandem with the committees at the KMC, will immediately see what we can do to make it motorable. But temporarily, the intention is to close the bridge.
It is a dangerous scene, judging from the speed at which water is flowing. However, until the water